Shalom Chavrim, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. We're having some very troubling situation there in Israel. Thousands of Palestinian youth are there protesting near the border between Israel and the West Bank there. And it is causing, of course, mayhem in the streets of Israel. According to some reports on Sputnik News, they're saying that some 1,000 injuries have already been reported as a result of the conflict there. And also, in another news that I picked up from Partisan Girl on Twitter, she had posted a news there about the evangelical and Catholic response to President Trump's claiming that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, which to me, Jerusalem's always been the capital of Israel, as even Prime Minister Netanyahu noted, for the last 3,000 years. That was after it was liberated from the Nephilim, which of course were part of the children of the fallen sons, or the fallen angels, that is. However they got on this side of the flood is quite a mystery, but nonetheless, the Bible clearly calls them Nephilim. They were the giants in the land, and Israel drove them out. Now, after Israel settled there, that became Israel's capital. But the Pope of Rome is clearly showing his discontent with President Trump's decision of calling Jerusalem Israel's capital. Well, I'd have to say then, if the Pope is against it, it must have been an absolutely awesome move that President Trump has made. However, the evangelical community, many leaders there, are very supportive of President Trump, and of course, as I would be as well, because I think every leader around the world should recognize that Jerusalem is the capital of the Israeli people. All 12 tribes of Israel, in fact, not just 3 of them, but all 12 tribes. That is, we don't need to be 2 nations anymore, a house of Israel and the house of Judah. But at the same time, we must also remember that the Palestinians are descendants of Ammon, which are Lot's children. They are our cousins. So we do need to work with them. Remember, Lot did live with Abraham, although he chose to go a separate way because there was always contentions, as it is today, still contentions going on. And another thing I wanted to point out, when RT reported about the strike from Gaza onto Israel, and then of course Israel's retaliation, I was a bit concerned. As much as I appreciate RT's reporting in many areas, the crafted words in this particular article showing that the 2 Palestinians were killed in a counterstrike by Israel and 6 children injured, according to Reuters. They were citing from Reuters. But yet, it's troubling when your reporting is very biased. Well, I guess in some cases, journalists seem to be biased depending on what they believe in. But as I look at the situation going on in Israel, I like to report what the facts are. And that even includes the Palestinians. We don't need to throw them under the bus, but we do have to enforce laws. And we have to be fair. And we have to include them as part of the Israeli community. And it should be 1 state, not 2. That's the only way we'll ever be able to bring about a lasting settlement. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun with Israeli News Live. Shalom.